Hi, I'm Sally Bartley, Director at People Fusion. I wanted to share with you some tips today to help you with interviews. I do a lot of outplacement with candidates and obviously do a lot of interview coaching as well with people looking to enhance their opportunity to present themselves well at interview. It's often the case that great candidates go into interviews and can be really prepared, but ultimately don't have a golden thread to really help them answer some questions. And when we are in an interview situation, often our nerves come into play. Absolutely a total normal thing to happen. And what happens when those nerves come into play? It's really hard to remain present and listen to the questions being asked, let alone come up with a great example to then support your skills and experience and actually articulate that to a person or a panel. So what I'd love to share today is a little technique called SAO, exactly like the biscuit. It's nice and easy to remember, which is really important. And it's a great acronym to use when you're actually starting to think about your achievements, because those things will be what you're able to draw on when you're actually sitting in an interview situation. So if you think about it, the acronym for SAO, think about S for situation. So when you are asked a question, a lot of the times it's around working within teams, could be sharing a role where there was conflict. Can you tell us about a business you've had to grow? Really think of any question. Think about painting the full picture for the panel. Often people will give short answers or start to waffle because of their nerves and actually not even answer the question. So think about the situation and tell them. So give them an example of that situation. So you're starting to really frame up and paint the picture for them. Then move into what action you took. So what did you actually do in that situation? Think about and give them some detail around this. So, think of 3 bullet points. If it was, in and around conflict, rather than just saying there was a difficult person and I had to work it out with them, and I did, and we managed to then work happily together. That's really not sharing with the panel any of the skill and expertise that you have in dealing with conflict. So think about what action you took. What did you do? Did you approach that person openly and ask them, can we meet? I'd like to talk to you about X. Then what did you do? Did you follow that meeting up with them and make sure you were both on the same page? Just think about what you did. And then think about the outcome. So you want to then paint the picture of that outcome and articulate that well. So you're then demonstrating, and look, the outcome isn't always positive. It may be that, with the example I've given, that you weren't able to work with that person. But, make sure that the outcome is presented to them with what you did actually achieve. So therefore, you can be giving them a really good overview of your skills in dealing with a particular situation, and also giving them an opportunity to come in and ask some other questions. Now, often I will advise people to sit with their work achievements or difficult situations or things that they think set them apart from the rest, and actually sit and do SAO, write it down so you've actually got that fresh in your mind. And I can absolutely tell you that being able to pull those details up and read through them the night before your interview or the morning will absolutely have it in the forefront of your mind. The nerves will come down a notch. They still might be at a healthy 7, but they won't be at a raging 10 on a scale to 1 to 10, which will help you really articulate yourself well. So I hope that's been helpful. And I have actually written a blog with a little bit more detail that can take you through this exercise. So would love for you to click on, and I hope it helps with your next job interview.